Did you know that this film has caused the Earth's orbit to change slightly? You see, this film is so awful that it's caused Jim Henson's corpse to spin so violently that it's thrown the Earth off its axis, which will inevitably doom us all, or spare us from having to live in a world where the Happytime murders exists. Let me set the scene. Happytime is a bog-standard film noir, whereupon a disgraced former police officer, now working as a PI, gets drawn into solving the recent murder spree of retired sitcom stars. Which, in theory, does work. You get to see behind the smiles of a happy TV show. How some have survived and others have fallen from grace, providing an ever-decreasing list of suspects being talked to by a guy in a rumpled trench coat, an ever-present cigarette and a loose interpretation of the law. It's also got Melissa McCarthy to star in it and is directed by Brian Henson, Jim Henson's son, directing his first film since 1996's Muppet Treasure Island. This is also the film debut, and hopefully swan song of, Henson Alternative, a banner of the Jim Henson Company that specialises in adult content. Because Happytime, it's a one-joke film, and it's a joke that has previously produced one of my favourite films of all time, the 3-time Oscar-winning classic Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Whereupon a cartoon-hating detective is a cartoon rabbit's only hope to prove his innocence when he is accused of murder, in case you're one of the 4 people that hasn't seen Who Framed Roger Rabbit. But here, the joke isn't funny, at all, in the slightest. Are you ready to hear the joke to make sure that it's not just a snobby film critic looking down on a silly little film that's been in development hell, where it should have stayed, since 2008? Are you sitting down? Maybe you should call an ambulance because it's so funny that you're going to be unable to breathe. Ready? Okay, on your own head be it. Last chance, because I accept no responsibility for you laughing yourself to death. Deep breath. And it's a world where humans and puppets coexist! And the puppets swear, and have sex, and take drugs! Okay, leaving aside the fact that there's a serviceable idea for a film noir somewhere in this unholy mess, let's look at other aspects and allow me to explain that even though this film runs for a mere 1 hour 17 minutes, 91 if you include the credits, it's about, 1 hour 17 minutes too long. Let me start with the tone. I get that a film of this type isn't going to be all sunshine and rainbows, but after the first, say, 8 minutes, the film has gone straight to as disturbing as I think a puppet film can get, and from there has nowhere to go but down. And these scenes don't add anything to the movie. They aren't integral to the plot, help to build this world. They're just there for no other reason than shock value. Strip them out and you lose nothing other than an overlong disturbing joke. And also, a key part of film noir is meant to be the juxtaposition between the untouchable elites and those fighting for survival in the gutter. But here, it's all gutter. Drug dens, strip clubs, living on the street. Even the horrific murders are here, but they're just unremitting in their grimness. There's no scene of the elite to provide some respite for the audience, and several jokes, again put in for no other reason than to show that this is an adult film, are horrifyingly unfunny and just serve to leave a bad taste in my mouth. And apparently it did the same to most of my screening as well. I spotted quite a few walkouts and I've heard more laughing at funerals. But leaving aside the fact that this comedy isn't funny, let's look at the cast. I mean, of course, Melissa McCarthy is playing exactly what you would expect her to play. She's found her groove and she is staying there no matter what. The rest of the human cast don't get a look in, as the film is busy cramming in puppet after puppet after puppet. Over 120 appear on screen. It's too busy. There's no time for Alice to ponder or develop, and developments that should have elicited sympathy or at least gotten us pondering things flash by so fast that there's no time for us to take stock. It's just on and on, so desperate to get where it's going that it refuses us any time to reflect on where we've been. And there's actually a pretty cool backstory to one of the main characters that affects everything that we've seen so far, but we're given no time because there's another hysterical scene to get to, where the puppets do something crude or juvenile, because that's the joke. That's the only joke. And believe me, I know that swearing juvenile puppets can be funny. Team America World Police is hysterical. Meet the Feebles might a similar vein, and that's brilliant. But here, there's just nothing, which is so annoying when the film insinuates that humanity doesn't have any racism because we all as one look down on puppets who are a sort of underclass, who thanks to our main lead are banned from being police officers and seem to exist purely in squalor, condemned to working only in the entertainment industry. The film does nothing with this idea beyond cheap gags when exploring it would be, well, interesting. McCarthy needs to get out of her comfort zone because she's becoming a tiresome bore with a track record that's starting to look a lot more missed than hit. The film needs to be longer so we can have a proper look around this world after it's toned down its first 10 minutes. Because after that, there's nothing else to see and it's just retreading jokes that it's already told, which were way more shocking than funny the first time. The characters need to develop, or failing that, can someone please see if we can use Jim Henson's spinning corpse to make an unlimited source of natural power? Thanks. Alright guys, so this is a fire film. Do not see this film under any circumstances. But what do you think? And what is your favourite puppet or stop motion film? Comment below, let me know. I'm Daniel, this has been a Dunking. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe.